What's going on, YouTube? It's Busted Knuckles Garage here, working on a 2014 Ram 2500. This is a MEGACAB. This is a complete rollover, so the plans for this is to take it apart as much as we can and then take the cab off and put a new cab on it. Already purchased a new cab for it from another Ram MEGACAB. So the bed's gotta go, the cab's gotta go. Just a pretty much easy swap it out and call it done. The only part that survived on this vehicle is this bottom rocker. Cut that piece out to save another truck because these MEGACABs are extremely hard to find or anybody stupid enough to cut them apart because these cabs are worth a fortune because they're pretty limited. So stay tuned. Hopefully we'll have this thing running in no time. This is the new cab that I purchased. It's cold today, brisk morning. But anyways, this is the new cab. The bread and butter, the goodies. Pretty much most of this has to come out. The wiring harness has to come out, the dash has to come out. The carpet, everything needs to be a bare cab. And replace everything from the other one into this one. Should be pretty simple, but it's gonna take some time nevertheless. Overall, the cab is gonna need some body. Not much though, just, you know, little things here and there. Gonna need a new glass. Well, my cab has the glass on it, so that works out pretty well. I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it the same color. Probably want to go a lighter silver. We'll see. Should be a pretty epic truck when it's done. So we got the two doors off, and next we're gonna start taking off the radiator support, all the radiators, all the cooling, transmission coolers, intercoolers. Pretty much need this whole front end section taken apart so we can start getting to the bolts and taking off the steering box or disconnecting the steering box so we can get the cab free, get as much of this stuff off so we have the rails exposed and we know if there's any other damage hiding behind this rollover. For now, the vehicle does run and drive. I have videos of it running and rode it around in the parking lot, so we'll see. Hopefully this will be a pretty straightforward swap. So first things first, we gotta do is remove the front bumper, and then we can start getting to the radiators and condensers and intercoolers and all that good stuff. So I got the front bumper off, and now just gotta start taking all the radiators off. Once the condenser's off, gotta bleed the condenser, the radiator off, and then we'll have clear access to the rails. It looks like it is leaking some transmission fluid. Find out what that's all about, and hopefully that'll solve our shifting issue. This is a 6-7 comments. Get a load how many radiators there is. So there's the secondary radiator, it's called an auxiliary radiator, and there's a condenser behind it. Then you got, I believe is the transmission cooler, engine cooler, and then intercooler, and then the main radiator. Bolts on bolts on bolts. Ton more to do. The only thing that sucks is to get the radiator support out, you have to come in from the back because that's just how Dodge does it. So it's a lot of work because all this has to come off before I can even get to the back of the bolts, but it has to come off anyways because we gotta free the pillars and the aprons from the subframe or the frame itself. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm probably not going to take the intercooler off because it's in between the frame and there really is no point in doing it because it's not going to be in the way. But I am going to need to take the radiators and all the accessory coolers off. Fun, fun, fun. My love, you say you wanna try, but you never do. Sugar, there's a reason why we lose. Got the radiators out and got the fenders off. Almost nearly impossible to get to these without taking the fenders off and the rest of these pieces. So luckily we were able to save this fender. It's just gonna need a little bit of body work right there and a little bit right there, and we're able to save those Fender flares. They go upwards of about 200 bucks a piece. So any savings is money back in your pocket. So now we just got to take off the front radiator support and start unbolting the cab. Never underestimate the power of a few clips. They will hold you back for hours. So as we can see, this one's broken, so most likely gonna need a new one. Don't plan on fixing that one. Pretty straightforward from here. Still keeping the intercooler on. These are the ones that we need to get to, and then get everything separated from here, get the battery disconnected, get the fuse box out, and same thing on the other side. Get the batteries out, and then go from there. So now that we removed the hood, I gotta start removing the fuse box so I can take this battery box off. The battery box fuse box holder is adjacent to the battery box. So I gotta take that off so I can get to the bottom and start taking off the ABS unit and disconnecting the steering column. So we're getting pretty close to pulling the cab on this thing. I parked it in neutral. I had to throw the battery back in. Now we just gotta climb on the inside and disconnect the 4 bolts on the master cylinder so I can pull it backwards or pull it forwards this way, and disconnect the steering gear. I think that's pretty much it. Just a couple of more plugs, a couple of more wires. Get this harness out of the way, disconnect the fuse box. I had to plug the fuse box back in just so I could turn the vehicle back on, but it's pretty simple to take everything off. What else? Probably gonna have to pull that battery box out, start disconnecting the bolts in the cab. Hopefully. The next video, I will be able to actually lift this thing. The only other challenge that I'm actually running into, since we did cut this dog leg out, or the whole bottom piece, the whole rocker, how am I gonna lift it with the lift? So I have to either fabricate something that goes from here to there, or grab it by the arms and grab it by the roof. But I don't know how high that will actually bring it up, if it's gonna be enough to clear the engine for the whole body, not the body, but the frame to roll out underneath. So I don't know, getting there slowly but surely. I have to do this kind of on my time off because I still got my other full-time jobs. So kind of doing this when things are a little bit quieter around the shop, and just doing it in my spare time, while at the same time recording videos. As you can see, that probably takes a little bit of time, but it is what it is, and that's why we can't have nice things. So that's pretty much it for now. Lots of work going into it for sure. Lots and lots of work. Disassembling this front end was not fun. That's about it, guys. I appreciate you watching. This build is just something that I've been looking forward to for the past couple of months, and finally got all the parts in order. Now it's just, man, I gotta do it. I gotta squeeze it out and do it. Nothing to it but to do it. So as always, like, comment, subscribe. Man, hitting that like button would really help. Would be really nice to trigger that, you know, YouTube algorithm, start making millions. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. This is a tough one.